Ever notice how some people crumble at the slightest inconvenience while others face life's biggest challenges with unwavering confidence? What's their secret? It's not genetics. It's not luck. It's not some magical talent they were born with. It's mental fortitude. And by the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to build it for yourself. Most people go through life avoiding discomfort, seeking the easy way out, and then wondering why they feel so fragile when challenges arise. But that won't be you. Not after today. The strongest minds aren't born. They're forged through intentional practice and perspective shifts that most people aren't willing to make. By the end of this video, I'm going to show you exactly how to develop the kind of mental strength that makes people wonder what your secret is. If you're ready to stop being at the mercy of your emotions, stop making excuses, and start taking control of your life in a way that genuinely scares people. Let's dive in. Let's start with the fundamental mindset shift that changes everything. Most people view challenges as threats to be avoided. They live in constant fear of discomfort, failure, or embarrassment. But mentally strong people? They see challenges differently. To them, every obstacle is an opportunity to grow stronger. Here's something fascinating I've noticed about mentally strong people. They view stress completely differently than most of us. When they feel their heart racing before a challenge, they don't think, I'm anxious. They think, my body is getting me ready for this. I'm energized. Think about physical training. When you lift weights, you're literally damaging your muscle fibers. That damage, that discomfort, is what triggers growth. Without it, you stay weak. Your mind works the same way. Every time you face something difficult, a tough conversation, a new skill that frustrates you, a setback that makes you want to quit, you're giving your mind the opportunity to grow stronger. Let me give you a personal example. A few years ago, I was terrified of public speaking. My hands would shake, my voice would crack, and I'd feel like I was going to pass out. But instead of avoiding speaking opportunities, I started seeking them out. Each time was uncomfortable, sometimes extremely so, but each time I survived. Now, not only can I speak confidently, but I actually enjoy it. The key is recognizing that discomfort isn't your enemy. It's your training ground. Real life example. Consider Sarah Blakely, founder of Spanx and self-made billionaire. Growing up, her father would ask at dinner, "What did you fail at today?" If she didn't have an answer, he'd be disappointed. Why? Because he knew that failing meant she was pushing herself beyond her comfort zone. She was taking risks. She was growing. This mindset led her to persist through countless rejections when starting her business. While others would have given up, she saw each no as one step closer to success. When department store buyers wouldn't give her the time of day, she'd change in store bathrooms to demonstrate her product to them personally. When manufacturers laughed at her idea, she kept searching until she found one willing to try. This isn't just positive thinking, it's a complete reframing of how you interpret challenge and adversity in your life. Now let's talk about what you need to stop doing if you want to build unshakable mental strength. 1. Stop catastrophizing. Most people turn minor setbacks into mental disasters. Your presentation didn't go well. Suddenly, your brain is telling you your career is over. Mentally strong people refuse this trap. They evaluate situations objectively without the emotional amplification. A setback is just a setback, not the end of the world. 2. Stop seeking constant comfort. Your comfort zone feels safe, but it's actually dangerous. Every time you avoid something challenging because it makes you anxious, you're training your brain that discomfort is threatening. The antidote? Deliberately seek out situations that make you uncomfortable. Have the difficult conversation. Try the thing you might fail at. Ask for what you want, even if the answer might be no. 3. Stop outsourcing your power. This happens when you blame others, make excuses, or wait for perfect conditions before taking action. I can't go back to school because I'm too busy. I can't change careers because the economy is bad. I can't speak up in meetings because my boss doesn't like me. These statements seem reasonable, but they all have one thing in common. They place the power outside of yourself. Mentally strong people take radical responsibility for their choices, their reactions, and their results. Now let's talk about what you should start doing to build unbreakable mental strength. 1. Practice intentional discomfort. Choose one small, uncomfortable action daily. Cold showers, fasting for 16 hours, making eye contact with strangers, public speaking. The specific action doesn't matter. What matters is regularly facing discomfort voluntarily so you learn that you can handle it. 2. Implement micro-resilience. This means practicing recovery from small setbacks intentionally. Set a timer for 90 seconds when something upsets you. During that time, feel the emotion fully. Then when the timer ends, consciously pivot to problem-solving mode. This trains your brain to experience emotions without being controlled by them. 3. Develop thought awareness. Most people are at the mercy of their thoughts. Mentally strong people observe their thoughts without automatically believing them. Here's what I call the rocket launch method. When a negative thought enters your mind, count backwards. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, then immediately replace it with a more empowering thought. This pattern interruption stops your brain from spiraling down a rabbit hole of negativity. Let me give you a specific example. You're about to give a presentation and think, I always mess these up, nobody will listen to me. Count 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, then reframe, I've prepared for this. My ideas matter. I only need to focus on delivering value. This isn't just positive thinking fluff, it actually rewires your brain over time. Each time you challenge a negative thought, you're literally creating new pathways in your mind. It's like carving out a new trail through a forest. The more you use it, the clearer it becomes. Try this. For one day, notice every thought that includes words like always, never, impossible, or can't. These absolute terms often signal distorted thinking that weakens your mental resolve. Just becoming aware of these patterns begins to break their power over you. The ultimate test of mental strength is how you handle high-pressure situations. When emotions run high, most people become reactive. They say things they regret, make impulsive decisions, or freeze completely. I've noticed that people with amazing emotional control have this incredible habit. They get super specific about what they're feeling. Instead of just saying, I'm stressed, they'll say something like, I'm feeling disappointed because my expectations weren't met. It's like magic how this works. When you name exactly what you're feeling, it instantly loses some of its power over you. It's like turning on the lights to find that the monster in the dark is just a pile of clothes. Here's the framework mentally strong people use in pressure situations. The 3-3-3 rule. When you feel emotional pressure building, take 3 deep breaths. This immediately calms your body. Name 3 things you can see right now. This pulls you back to the present. Think of 3 possible actions you could take. This puts you back in control. Let me show you how this works in real life. Imagine you just got harsh feedback in a team meeting that caught you off guard. Your heart races, your face flushes, and you feel that emotional flood coming. Most people either lash out defensively or shut down completely. But you'll take 3 slow breaths, notice the presentation screen, your notebook, and the water bottle on the table. Then consider, I could thank them for the feedback, ask for specific examples, or suggest continuing the conversation privately. This 15-second practice interrupts the emotional hijacking of your brain and puts you back in control. Remember, emotions are data, not directives. They provide information, but you decide what to do with that information. Everyone faces setbacks. What separates mentally strong people is how they respond. Most people try to avoid thinking about their failures. They brush them under the rug, make excuses, or blame circumstances. Mentally strong people do the opposite. They examine their setbacks with curiosity, not judgment. There's a powerful principle I've observed. Sometimes it takes hitting rock bottom to launch yourself to new heights. Think about stories of incredible transformation. They almost always begin with a significant setback. That's because sometimes the worst thing that happens to you can be the best thing for you if you don't let it define you. I've seen this pattern over and over. People who believe their abilities can grow through hard work bounce back from failures way better than those who think they're just naturally good or naturally bad at things. It's all about having what I call the growth mindset versus a fixed mindset. After any setback, mentally strong people ask themselves 3 questions. 1, what can I learn from this? 2, how can this make me stronger? 3, what would this look like if it turned out to be the best thing that could have happened? Let's apply this to something tangible. Imagine you prepare extensively for a job interview, but don't get the position. Someone with a weak mindset might think, I'm just not good enough. Why even try? Someone with mental strength would think differently. What specific skills could I improve before my next interview? How can this rejection make me more resilient? What if this leads me to find an even better opportunity that wouldn't have been available if I'd gotten this job? This isn't about fake positivity. It's about extracting value from every experience, especially the painful ones. Remember, the most successful people in any field have failed more times than most people have even tried. Here's a truth that most people miss. Motivation is unreliable, but discipline is unstoppable. The harsh reality is you're never going to feel like it. Never. Successful people do what they need to do, whether they feel like it or not. Here's the truth about forming new habits. It takes about 2 months of consistent practice. And guess what? During those 2 months, you'll hardly ever feel motivated. The people who make it are the ones who show up even when they don't feel like it. Waiting to feel like doing something important guarantees inconsistency. Mentally strong people operate on commitment, not convenience. They follow a simple but powerful principle. I don't have to feel like it to do it. Here's how you apply this. When you don't feel like working out, don't negotiate with yourself. Use the rocket launch countdown and move your body. When you don't feel like making that difficult call, don't wait for courage. Count down from 5 and pick up the phone. Create systems, not just goals. Don't just say, I want to get in shape. Establish a system of exercising at the same time, 4 days a week, no matter what. Don't just set a goal to learn a new skill. Create a system of practicing for 20 minutes daily, regardless of motivation. I'll give you a personal example. When I started writing, I didn't wait until inspiration struck. I created a system. Every morning, coffee in hand, 500 words before email. Some days the words flowed, other days they had to be dragged out, kicking and screaming. But the system won, not my feelings. Small, consistent actions compound over time into extraordinary results. As the ancient proverb says, we are what we repeatedly do. Excellence, then, is not an act, but a habit. Building mental strength isn't easy. If it were, everyone would have it. But that's precisely what makes it so valuable. While others remain fragile, you can develop the kind of resilience and inner power that truly sets you apart. Start with just one practice from this video. Implement it consistently for the next 7 days. Notice what shifts. Remember, your mind can be your greatest ally or your worst enemy. The choice and the work is yours. Now I'm curious, which of these practices resonated most with you? Which one will you commit to implementing this week? Let me know in the comments below. If you found value in this video, give it a like, share it with someone who needs to hear this, and subscribe for more content on building your strongest self. Because mental strength isn't just about surviving life's challenges, it's about thriving because of them. I'll see you in the next video.